Hey YouTube, Josh here from the J side for Friday. Yeah, that was as dramatic as I could make that. But we're back again for another episode of J Side for Friday, Season 2, Episode 4. That's in a row, consecutively, on Fridays. Kind of a big deal, whatever. Anyway, let's get right to this. So we got a lot of snow in Western New York last week, or throughout this week. Like 15 to 20 inches in places. Luckily, it was pretty fluffy, but unlikely, it was kind of fluffy. Which means you couldn't snowshoe, you couldn't cross-country ski. It was super cold. But we survived it, and in order to do so, we did some of that. Yeah, got out and did some plowing with the four-wheeler. You gotta have fun in life, and if you've gotta be out there pushing snow, you might as well have a four-wheeler so you can do donuts and stuff in between passes. So while we were doing that, we brought out this guy. Yeah, what are those things, kids? Have you ever seen one? That is called a Honda ATC 250SX, I believe. SX meaning sexy. ATC meaning all-terrain cycle. Not ATV. C. Based off of a motorcycle. So, where'd the front fender go, J-Side? Let me tell you guys a short story. So one day, back in 2010, this guy was out cutting firewood, and he was home alone and out in the woods. I've got 10 acres of woods, and there's a little bit of a creek that runs through part of it, and I'd been crossing through this creek all day with a trailer on that thing. Cut up some firewood, split it, throw it in the trailer, drag it back to the house, and it was getting a little bit later. I was going to meet my ex for lunch, and I decided I was going to leave the trailer up at the woodshed and go back and get my chainsaw and some tools. So I go ripping back down through there. Unfortunately, there was some ice damming in that little low area, and the low area kind of went down, and then there was like a 5-foot hill after it. So I come back, obviously, the young man that I was, traveling at a inappropriate rate of speed on this three-wheeler, and when I hit that ice dam, it went straight over forward, and I did a full-on scorpion, I think they call it. Yeah, I think it's called scorpion. You ever watch Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek, that guy? They do scorpions all the time with people, and you never talk about what happens. Well, you can break your neck. So I did. That's where the fender went. I came to in the little creek, underwater, a couple minutes later, I'm guessing. I was soaked at that point, and I had a small cut on my head. It was bleeding, and my neck was stiff, so I just kind of grabbed my stuff, flipped the thing back over there. Took a while to get it running, and I go back to the house, jump in the shower, get the mud out of my face and my beard, blood off my head. Yeah, so then I was like, I'm not feeling super good. My neck started swelling up. So I got out of the house because I was home alone. Went to see my ex, and she's like, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, I don't need the hospital. They're just there to take my money. Stupid me. I wait a few weeks. At this point, I can't even go. I mean, I'm solid neck. There's no motion, and I can't feel these two fingers at all. They were dead, and they did some X-rays and stuff, and like, yeah, you damaged your C7, man. Like, you're an idiot. And I said, okay, and I left. Hindsight, I probably should have went in earlier and got a neck brace and maybe one of them halo thingies so I sleep better at night. And I can feel these fingers today, which they're still funky. But either way, me and that guy right there have a bond, right? That thing tried to kill me. I survived. I hold no grudges. It probably laughed at me, but we get along pretty good now. It sits in the back of the garage, and I bring it out to do some donuts and drive very fast in the snow. So, Anyway, so we did some of that. We have a little bit of arts and crafts this week. And the only reason why I'm showing it, because I'm an artsy guy, is because it relates directly to you people. Maybe not you. To the YouTube channels, whatever. Yeah, let's just skip to it. We're just gonna scroll over there, and you can tell me what you think. So, like I just said, today it's Arts and Crafts Day, and primarily because of this. Yeah, we got a ton of snow. Why is J-Side wearing a hat inside? Because it's like -2 degrees out. So today, we're going to play around a little bit with this machine that I bought a while back. It is the... Ready for this? It's a Silhouette Cameo. Yeah. To print vinyl. Now, I don't know if you've noticed things kicking around. I'm not going to really stay there because you guys don't need to see all those stickers. But, bought that vinyl machine to do stickers and stuff. And by stuff, I also mean t-shirts and stickers and things. So today, what we're going to monkey with is this guy. You can't really tell what it is, can you? It's just a big piece of vinyl. That I've already cut a design in that I came up with today and in a program, and I'm gonna stick this after I weed out all the pieces I don't need onto this. Does anybody know what this is? It's a screen printing screen. So there's ways to do heat transfer and just stick this on there and buy a $200 press. And every time you use the vinyl, you just iron it on and you move on to the next one. This way, I can put the vinyl on the screen printing screen and use some of this Speedball t-shirt screen printing ink and we're going to try it, but a dollar store squeegee. And then just tape around it, and we should be good to go. And then I can make like 20 shirts with the same piece of vinyl without doing the vinyl over and over again. But now I tried this once before and it didn't work. Today we're going to try a little less ink and more pressure and see if we can make it happen. So why don't you just sit back and come along for the ride. So if you can tell by the photos you just watched, it worked. Super simple. I will say that the vinyl is a pain because you can't wash the silkscreen when you're done to get the ink off. So it ends up, as soon as you get it wet, it pops off all the vinyl. My suggestion would be plan on doing a whole bunch of shirts. Print it out, get it on there, tape it off, ink it up, make them all, and then wash it because you're going to lose the vinyl off of it. But it worked. Yep, that's right. Wrench Fetish has some t-shirts. So now that we've got shirts in the mix, I'm going to probably do some sort of raffle thing, maybe. I don't know, like one of those horrible like and share it with 20 people. I get some viewers. You get a free shirt. Whatever. I don't mind mailing a shirt out. We'll figure it out soon. Yeah. If you have ideas that are appropriate, feel free to share them. Other than that, I've got we did some scrap. I did some scrap. And I have a little bit of a thing to say about that. Around here, there's scroungers that go around and just collect scrap. They don't have jobs. They they pick up anything in metal, and they sort it, and they cut it up, and they take it to the scrap yard. So I've been cleaning out some stuff and decided to do a couple runs to the local scrap yard. I went to 2 different scrap yards. If you don't know anything about scrap yards, they're pretty simple. You load your truck with garbage that's metal. You drive up, they have scales. You pull on the scale, you hear a loud noise. It goes beep, you pull forward, you go dump the crap off, you come back, drive back on the scales, they weigh your car again, and it goes beep, and then you go to the building. You walk inside, you give them your driver's license, tell them what you're driving, and they give you money. So basically the weight difference of your vehicle. So just for reference, I don't know why crackheads ever do this stuff, because you hear about these stories of people stealing guardrails and stuff, but let's be honest here. I scrapped, that picture was 700 pounds of stuff. There's a transmission, a rear end, tons of brake rotors and drums and trash cans full of nuts and bolts and junk and broken things. Do you want to guess? All right, I made $39. You can read the thing there. There's a little receipt. 39 something bucks. That's it. It wasn't worth my driving around, but I cleaned out a lot of stuff. Now I went back a couple days later and I scrapped a gigantic broiler that we had at work, and me and my brother-in-law loaded that thing in the back of that Honda Ridgeline, and I didn't get a picture. I shoulda. That thing was 550 pounds. The 2 of us put in that truck. That was brutal. Scrapped it, made like 36 bucks. Not worth your time, guys. Go get a job. Minimum wage in New York is like $11.10. You could go work for a couple hours and you made the same amount of money somewhere with heat, and they probably feed you. Anyway, we're done with that. We went to something totally different and out of my normal. We went to a slot car track. Indoor slot cars. You remember when you were a kid and they had the little slot cars that went up the wall, and and they got little brushes that always went bad, and the little foam tires? That's a thing. Those are like called HO, I think, sized slot cars. Kind of neat. And they race them on this little track, but then they had these bigger ones. I don't know what they call them, but that video right there, see that thing? Those things rip. Yeah, that was pretty cool, and I guess it's pretty cheap, like a few bucks to race. The cars aren't super expensive. So
first time it was super blurry.
If you're bored and you want something to do in the winter, I guess do that. That's kind of neat. Whatever. It's up to you. Do what you like. It's your life. Yeah, I think that's the stuff that we did this week. Yeah, so let's talk about news. Not news. Let's talk about media. What inspired me this week? First off, that guy. That's a Ford Maverick. And if I didn't do mine up the way I did, I would have loved to make an off-road Ford Maverick with the light bar and the big tires. And that thing's just cool. If you want to see weird things, auto atrocities on the Instagrams, they got cool stuff every day. There's some weird stuff that'll make you go, what? But there's a lot of cool stuff that make you go, I get it. That's rad. From there, anyone hear about this thing? I don't have a picture, but there's that. That's a Ford and Volkswagen getting together to make a truck. Why? Whatever. Yeah. Don't want it. That's why I don't buy a new Ridgeline. New ones suck. By the way, Honda, Ridgelines suck. They're ugly. That short bed is only like a foot tall. What the heck am I supposed to put in the back of that thing? I'm not buying one. Anyway, has anyone mentioned this thing? Yeah, Toyota Supra. Looks kind of like a Miata meets a BRZ, and I don't know. I'm not sold, but I'd wheel it. Maybe one of those buy it, sell it, beat it things. I don't know. But it's there. It's life. It's going on out there in the world. I'm going to build one of these. See that thing? Straight up stole that thing from arcempire.ca on Instagram, because I love Instagram, guys. It's a quickie way to get inspiration. I got tons of old motorcycle parts, and I can make one of those. And it's going to fit under a tree I have over there in the yard. It's got flowers all around it. That thing's going to look rad with moss all over it. Can't wait. And you'll be there when we build it. That's it for this week. I was going to tell you a joke, but it's kind of long, and we're already crushing our limit of minutes. I don't want to bore you guys. So next week, I'm going to do the joke. I have two in mind that are kind of long, and you really got to dig deep in them. You got to build them up, and they just fall short at the end. Expectations get really high and then just leave you hanging. I'm going to do those next week. I'm going to do one of them, and then maybe one the following week. Yeah, let's do that. We got stuff maybe this weekend, something really cool coming up this weekend. I can't say it out loud because I don't know if I have the guts or the time to do it, but we'll see. But until next time, folks, Josh from Jay's Side Friday saying good night. And yeah, even if it's freezing out, at least fantasize about building something or playing with tools. I know it's too cold to be out in the garage, but think about it. You know, whatever.